Do you actually know what you're doing, or are you just doing it?
Sometimes.
Same, actually. Spend a lot of time winging it, and then get called an expert. Beautiful. What a life.
It's like this morning, I drive into the parking lot at CrossFit, and there's a big van, this Vito van in front of me,
Hmm.
and it's parked like he's waiting for somebody to come out of another parking.
Okay.
And there's a lady, she gets into her car and she just reverses, and she reverses straight into the van. Now I'm behind the van and I'm watching and I'm going, like, you can see it in slow motion. It's like, like, what should I do something? Should I? And then, doof,
Oh.
and the whole van shudders. And then the van goes forward to move out of the way. So, and because there were other people on the other side trying to get out.
Oh
So the van
no.
goes forward, and this woman reverses out of the parking and drives off.
This is a bit of crime.
And you're like, I wonder if she actually realized what she was doing, because she had sensors on her car that were going off,
Well, she
like,
felt it.
and she would have felt
Like,
herself hitting this car, and then she drove off.
yeah.
And like, it's like, I kind of like, it's such a great example of, I don't think she was aware of what she was doing this morning. I think she was in a rush
Mm.
and she was trying to get to wherever she needed to get to. And she, it'll like hit her later. Shit, I drove off.
It will hit her that she hit somebody else.
Yeah, that's, she actually hit somebody else and then just
Yeah,
drove off.
that's nah.
So yeah.
Yes, don't you have sensors on her car?
She's got this big fancy flippin' car with
Oh no,
like a
she's got
4x4 with sensors on it. I
no,
mean,
she's
it's,
got the sensors.
they must have been screaming at her,
I
and
think her
she's,
sensors were off.
yeah,
That's why that happened.
correct.
And I mean, it makes me wonder, like, how often people actually operate like that in like normal life. Not even normal, like not normal life, but like in, yeah.
Time magazine stat about being present
You and the
in
stat.
2019
Yeah,
was the average person is present for 9 seconds
I generally
or
believe
11 seconds, whatever, I can't remember, but it's nothing.
I believe it's 50 times worse. Just like based off the things that I like watch and see online, I can tell that it's worse just because you I can tell that it's worse just based off people responding to our content, right? The comments that we get. You watched the first 3 seconds and you said, "Yes, I'm gonna comment." It's like, what? Can you listen to the whole clip, please? Like, you know how hard I worked on this. I know what I'm doing in that regard, and you didn't even give me the time of day. It's so sad.
Correct.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a brand new episode of the Uncovering Greatness podcast. As always, I am your host, Sule, and today I am joined by Nicole Mitchell. Nicole is the lead processor at Uncovering Greatness. And what she does is she helps you get out of the way of you. She helps you work on that stupid brain of yours. This brains are stupid. And I saw that somewhere else online. Sorry. How you doing, Nicole?
I'm good. How are you, silly?
I'm good, thank you. See, stupid brain. It just wants to go off. But I actually saw somebody else say that online, and I was like, I feel so validated that our brains are stupid.
But yet our brains are actually incredibly, incredibly smart.
True story.
And when they are used correctly, they can be super efficient.
How do we use our brains correctly? And this is not a, I know you're not a neuroscientist or whatever those people are called. See, I don't even know what it's called, but from a like a processing standpoint and what we are talking about, right? In terms of like, because one
Do
that
you
lady
know
does not,
what
do you know what you want?
or do you know what you're doing
She
when you're
do.
doing it?
Yeah, that one. Sorry, you see, stupid brain. Pay attention.
Well, our brains are incredibly powerful and they work on experiences. So if you have the experience of using your brain to, I don't know, steal and survive,
Ooh,
that's your brain's wired from that. That's the way the brain is wired from.
okay.
young. Instead of using it, would be exactly the same skills you would need to create.
Okay.
So if
Ooh,
you're
okay.
operating from a place of scarcity and I need to have, they have, I don't have, so
Take.
I'm going to take it. So we come up with all these wonderfully creative ways as to how we're going to take it.
2026 is crazy with the scams.
Yep.
Man.
And if people spend as much time invested in creating as they did in taking,
Oh,
the world would be a very different place. But yet it is exactly the same skills that are needed, because in order to take, you've got to get creative.
yeah. It's crazy. This is probably one of the first times in a very long time that we have the same podcast. We're talking about society here. I like this. I like where we're going. Barry and I spoke about how crazy society is right now, and we speaking about, because I think that we missed that, right? The same skill set that it would take me to become a world class thief is the same skill set that my brain would utilize to become a world class, I don't know, creative in whatever
Correct.
field. But we don't think about it like that because, like you said, like you said, there's like the scarcity of my brain knows X.
And also, your brain has been wired that I have to take from someone else in order to get,
Yes. Oh man, true story.
as opposed to I can create, which is going to make so much more. And
Mm,
I mean, I saw recently that Hewlett Tongaat is shutting down.
I saw that as well. Crazy.
And after over 100 and
Jesus.
sort of 60 years, I think, or whatever, in business, and how it is going to affect not just the people that work
At the
at
plants.
the plant,
Yeah.
how it will affect just in terms of economy,
Yep.
how it's going to affect, but ecosystems
Okay.
in terms of
Because like nobody's gonna be now mining. I mean,
no
farming the
one's farming
sugarcane.
the sugarcane. So now the ecosystem gets affected, and the whole shift in nature, because the farms aren't being used like they were before,
Yeah.
and those sort of things. And it's quite, we often don't, we underestimate the effects of a short term decision
Yes.
and the long term effects that it will have on not just finances, not just um, the immediate people that work there, but I mean, I think I saw a stat that it's going to affect 250,000
Hmm.
people, even though it's only so many thousand people that work there. It'll be 250,000 people that will be
Exactly.
affected.
You including the families, the community,
Correct.
there's a larger thing at play there than just
Correct,
a
because
factory getting shut down.
it's the train drivers or the
Ooh.
lorry drivers. It's people that are taking the sugar to the next place, and
Yes.
then it's not just the sugar cane; it's the mills that will get shut down, or
Mm.
the factories that process the sugar. And
That could affect a trucking company who's like, this was my main deal. My main
correct,
deal that I had was with this. 80% of my business comes from Hewlett, and now it is gone. My
correct.
business is in trouble.
And what about the packing companies that make the little sugar packets
Yeah.
and those kind of things? And so, you know, because we are wired in a certain way, we spend all our time thinking about that.
Okay.
So, like if we're operating in survival, I need to take
Yeah.
now instead of I need to create.
So that's an interesting one, right? Because I actually saw something online the other day, by Gary Vee, where he was saying so, and we speak about it a lot as well. People complain about their algorithm, right? My Facebook, my social media is killing me. And he said, do this for a week. Go on your feed, wherever your whatever platform of choice it is that you utilize. Type in happiness. Go like some stuff, make some comments, follow some pages. Next day, do gratitude. Follow those pages. And you will see by the end of the week how your algorithm will change to
Mm-hmm.
that. When you said that, it just made me think about essentially that's what you should do with your brain.
Correct.
Just
Wiring
reprogram
it.
You rewire it. Yeah.
Reprogramming,
Rewiring.
rewiring,
Mm.
same thing.
And it's, I feel like sometimes, and a lot of the stuff when I see a lot on this, like when I see this online, it's always by these super intellectuals about how to rewind your brain and the neurons and the this and that. And I stopped listening because I'm like, I don't understand what you're saying. How do I rewire my brain?
But
Simply.
it's simply is you put your attention on what you want. So you want to rewire your brain, like on Facebook.
Mm.
We use that algorithm. Today I'm going to put in happiness.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and I'm going to type in happiness, quotes for happiness.
Mm.
And then tomorrow I'm going to do gratitude. And I'm going to, the problem is that most people won't do that for 5 days in a row
Why?
because that's hard work. Because it's hard work to change the algorithm of your Facebook page.
But you know what to do.
Yes, we do. Just like I teach gratitude and wins and celebrating, and not just me, I mean, thousands of people teach gratitude.
Yeah.
And how many people actually do it? Because why? It is hard to get up in the morning and go and spend 10 minutes writing up things I'm grateful for. It's a lot harder to do that than it is to go and get a bowl of flippin' Wheat Bix
Oh, yeah.
or cornflakes or bran flakes or
It's already
whatever.
done.
Because why? I'll just do that. I have to eat. So I'm just
I
going
don't have to be grateful.
no,
My life's,
exactly.
my life's not going to change at all if I'm grateful for the fact that I
And
can breathe.
and I think that's the other thing is that the effects of are not instant. So in order to rewire or reprogram your Facebook page,
Yep.
you need to do it for a minimum of a week.
Yes.
Okay. You are not going to see the effects of one day of just typing in happiness.
No.
You need to do it.
Because you're still going to see your old doom scrolling stuff that you enjoyed to watch before.
Correct.
It's still going to be there. Yeah.
And you're going to consciously put in happiness in the morning, and then by the afternoon you're going to be doom scrolling again.
Mm.
So
This day was hard.
we are not going to, and we think that's how but I put happiness and it didn't do anything. No, you have to do it for 2 weeks or 3 months. Okay. And that is the reality with your brain is it takes time to rewire it. It is not instant gratification. It is not Uber, push a button and the car's going to be outside in 5 minutes. No, the happiness doesn't arrive in 5 minutes. It's you have to do it continuously and do it again and again and again.
Yeah.
In order to create a different result. But it is hard work to type in happiness. Shut up. I don't feel like being happy. Happiness. That's hard work, right? And it's not instant, and the happiness just doesn't arrive instantaneously. So it's a process, and we've got to follow the process and go through everything and go from A to B to C to D. And you've got to keep doing that until the feed on your Facebook shifts. And until you don't feel like doom scrolling, you're going, oh, this is really cool. Oh, wow, I'm feeling so warm and fuzzy today. I have no idea why.
Mm-hmm.
But this is week 3 of you doing that.
Yeah.
This is not 5 minutes.
Oh, this is one of my favorite versions of you. when you speak like this, you know why? Because so I had tried to do a lot of research when I'm trying to do like when we try to do episodes, right? So how do I want to do it? How do I want it to flow? Da, 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 da. So I look at different things and different people, and a lot of the internet is filled with experts, people who are the best of the best of the best of the best,
Of course.
and they never speak like this because for them it's like do this thing, and this is gonna happen tomorrow, and it's like, and then I try it, and guess what?
It didn't happen tomorrow. No.
Damn it. Okay, let me go find the next guy. He said the same thing. And I tried. And I keep doing the same thing. And I'm wondering why nothing is changing.
And it's funny, I said to one of my clients, they were having a go at me about this gratitude thing doesn't work. And what I said to them is go and do it every single day for 3 months and then come and tell me it doesn't work.
Okay.
And when you've done it every day for 3 months, then come see me.
Yeah.
Well, guess what?
Didn't.
They never came back. Why? Because that's hard.
It is very hard. 90 days. Even on weekends.
Why? It's not about. I mean, for me, whether you do it for 3 days and have 2 days break, and do it for 4 days and have a day break, and
But just
but get in the routine of doing it for 3 months.
have some
Have
consistency.
some
Yeah.
consistency,
Okay.
and yes, week 1 you're going to do it 3 times or 2 times in the 7 days, and
Yeah.
week 2 you're going to do 2 or 3 times, and week 3 you might do 4 times, and week 4 you're going to do 4 times. But the goal is, after 3 months, can you do it for 7 days?
Mm.
And most people are going, oh, I tried and I did 2 days, and it was, 2 days was really tough for me, so I just gave up. No, the point is, do it for 2 days this week and do it for 2 days next week.
It's a
Wow,
win.
that's 4 more days than
Than
you
you've
did
ever
the
done it.
whole of last year.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, and that's where it's like, go try it for 3 months, because after 3 months, if you are consistently 3 days, 3 days, 3 days, 4 days, 4 days, 4 days, after 3 months, you may not be doing it every day, but the shift will be significant, because there has to be a shift,
There has to be some sort of
because
shift.
there is a change.
So okay, so this person didn't come back. That's so we can't use them as an example because you lost the clients. Have you seen it with people? Let's just say they didn't do it for 3 months. Let's just say 2 weeks. Like, people have done it consistently. Let's go with that.
Mhm.
Have you seen a noticeable shift in them when they've practiced gratitude consistently?
Absolutely. There is a noticeable shift. And if people do it every day for 2 weeks, which very seldom happens,
Yeah.
the shift is noticeable,
How so?
just in terms of their attitude.
Okay.
You, somebody that does gratitude and practices gratitude every day for 2 to 3 weeks, which I must say is rare, but you do get people that do that. You get the sort of the blueprints
Yes.
that
You
will,
gave me an instruction
and I followed it, and
yeah.
I did it exactly the way you told me. They will. The shift in them is significant, that you're kind of like, are you still a blueprint? Because they're not stuck on, this is in the box.
Got you.
Because now they're looking at, I'm so grateful that, that you gave me coffee.
Yes.
Not
Thanks for the coffee.
not even, you didn't put the lid on correctly. Because why? The shift is, it forces people to look at the positive. And we don't even realize the impact that has, because why? Somebody that's a blueprint is looking at the lid going, it didn't match. But when they're operating in gratitude, they're going, thanks for taking the time to give me a coffee. Cool. I don't care if the lid's not straight. I'll straighten it myself.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Because why? They're grateful for the coffee, and they're not focused on the lid being skew. They'll fix the skewed lid, because that's what they do.
That's who they are.
That's who they are.
But they will
But they won't point it out at you anymore. They'll be grateful that I got a cup of hot coffee.
They'll intern, I'll fix it. It's not a change for us, but I'm grateful that I got the cup of coffee. That's
and
really
that's
amazing.
where you see the shifts in attitudes. You see the shifts in that work with people are so much easier to deal with. They're, they become less, what's the word? I want to say flappable, like,
Yes.
they're more, they will bend easier. They're not stuck in chaos and confusion.
This is what it is, and
because it is easier for them to shift. Why? Because they're grateful. Oh, I'm just grateful I'm here. I can help you. And their attention is on what is important, not what is not important. Because what is important is, I got a hot cup of coffee, and it's 5 degrees outside. In case we are in February, and Sully and I have both got jumpers on, like jerseys, and hot coffee.
And just last week, it was 35 degrees.
No. And so what's important is, I have a cup that is hot that I can warm my hands up on, instead of the focus of you didn't put the lid on right.
Yeah.
And like, why did you give me this cup?
Yeah. What's could you not get me a better cup? Could you not? Because you're just focusing in on.
Because you're focusing on the wrong things.
Yeah.
What's not important? What's important is I can warm my hands up. I'm so grateful. Oh, this is amazing. Versus, you know,
This gratitude thing. It's and I feel like it's again. Maybe I'm wrong. I feel like it's a buzzword again, and I think that there's a big misunderstanding of it. There's a because I feel like, and you can correct me here. There's a big difference between being grateful and being overly positive. You know what I mean by that? Like you get
do
me.
you?
Oh, okay, cool. You know, like people who
Everything's amazing.
everything's
Everything's wonderful.
what's that saying?
And
It's like duck off a water off a duck's back. I don't know what that means exactly, but it's that.
but it's that it's the fake positivity
Yes,
versus gratitude, which is a genuine
100%.
positivity.
Yeah,
And it's understanding there's a difference. And it is important. Gratitude will help both of those people, the people that are in the pit of hell and the people that are on the top of cloud nine. Gratitude will help both of them. Why? Because it grounds people to the right place. So it will bring, the people that amazing and wonderful and it'll bring them down, because why? They're suddenly looking at things genuinely, and there will be a genuine
level of gratitude.
like gratitude, as
Yeah.
opposed to you're so amazing and I just love our podcast and it's just so much fun. And when they walk out, they're pressing to delete.
Flipping sucks.
Yeah.
Such dumb
So-
questions. So, and this, I actually had this thought this morning around coming up with this episode was you say practice gratitude.
Mhm.
You don't say do gratitude.
No, you have to practice it.
Why?
Because you don't do it. That's why. Practice doing it.
You would assume that was set up. That was not set up. I did not know I was gonna get that response. Fair enough.
But that's the truth. People don't do it. Why? But you asked the question is, and I think I addressed this once before, but we are instinctively designed to survive.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So when we're operating in survival, we are looking for all the negative things that could go wrong because we're operating in survival mode.
Okay.
So in order to survive, I need to be already seeing everything that can go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that is survival.
Yep.
Okay. Now, most people are operating in survival
Correct.
because they're not earning enough. The world sucks.
Partner sucks. Sucks.
Life is hard. So
Horrible.
it's a survival mechanism. So instinctively, people will look for what is wrong.
Okay.
Okay. We have to practice gratitude because we are going against what is natural and instinctive, and we have to practice it so that we can get better at it. It's because that's how you shift mindset. You practice something over and over and over again, but you have to be practicing the right things. Most people do not have to practice a scowl.
No. It's your natural face.
Because they do that. They've been practicing it for such a long time. They have practiced the scowl because life sucks.
Practice the wrong thing. That's what you
They
need.
practiced the wrong thing
Brilliant.
instead of practice. And the people that are, this is amazing and so beautiful. And guess what? They've been practicing that.
That's true. Actually, I've never thought about it like that. Because you have to. Every day, I'm gonna wake up, and I hope that you are a listener, but I also hope you're not. Every day you wake up and you go, I've got to fake my way through this nonsense. Like it's a skill that you got to practice that.
But that's for some people, that fake,
Yeah.
happy, joyous, whatever, that is a survival mechanism. And they had to go into that mechanism in order to
To survive.
whether it was
sucks.
school, whether it was family,
Yeah.
whatever it was.
Mm.
It was a survival mechanism that somewhere in their life they needed in order to survive.
And you never got rid of it. You never.
Well, they practiced it and practiced it. So they're not practicing being genuine. They're practiced this fake sort of persona in order to survive in whatever environment they were in.
Yeah. So I mean, but yeah. So you practiced it so well that you became a master of it, right? Like
Correct.
I'm a master of faking this anything that I'm feeling right now. But I'm not aware of the fact that I could practice being genuine and being authentic
Correct.
because you stuck in that. Are you saying like because you stuck in that survival of if I stop doing this now, if I lose this persona or this
Well, what am I
identity,
going to do?
what's going to happen to me?
What's going to happen to me? Because, and often we're not even aware that we do those behaviors. So those people that go, wow, this is so amazing and wonderful. And who took the time to teach them that they're being fake? Let's be honest.
Nobody.
Just like
People just left you.
Just like the same guy that's whinging and whining about how life sucks and da da da. And yes, often people will take the time to show them, well, look at the flowers and look at this and look at that.
Look at that.
And they're like, why would I look at that? That sucks. Why? Because
flowers are going to die anyway.
Correct. Because why? They've been conditioned into that for so long, they're not even aware that that's their behavior.
Man, that's sucky.
But if you say to them, dude, do you realize how you act? That's very different to trying to say, oh, let's look at the flowers. And, the flowers are like so pretty and this and that. But if you actually say, do you know how you behave? Do you know how ugly it is? And people go, what?
Are you? So would it be like let's just, and then to follow it up with something like, is that getting you what you want out of life? Like, I don't know if that's the right question to ask, but like, how do I work that?
Different people, different situations, different questions. I can't give you the exact answer, but I do know one thing. Telling people doesn't work.
No.
Asking questions does. So it doesn't matter what questions you ask, it's just ask the questions.
Yeah, I don't think that there's anybody who's ever been told that they're an asshole who's changed from being an asshole. I generally don't think that.
But do you realize you're being an asshole right now?
No, I did not realize that. That was not my intention. But when you tell me you're being an asshole, yes, I am. Because
you're either going to say yes or no, I'm not. Of course I'm. No, how can you even think that?
I'm going to find some form of defense.
Yes,
I have
correct. To. As opposed to when you ask people questions, over a period of time, you will find out the best questions or the most optimum questions to ask. But it starts with asking, and most people don't ask, most people tell. You're an idiot. And you're acting like an idiot, and I don't like you very much. Yeah.
Okay, then don't hang out with me. That's fine.
and that's where people will just, oh, why would you say that? Or, and as opposed to, do you know what you look like right now?
I think like that's mad important in the workplace.
Have you seen what you are doing? And people go, what do you mean?
Do you realize how rude you are in that moment?
And then people go, no, I wasn't rude. Well, you may not think that.
Yeah.
But what do you think other people think?
From where I was sitting, that was a bit harsh. Maybe do you not think you could have done that a little bit better? But we don't want to speak to each other like that, though.
No, because it's uncomfortable.
No, but I feel like it's more uncomfortable for me to tell you that you're being an asshole than it is for me to ask you. Okay, cool. So you're right. Sorry, my bad.
Yes, it's uncomfortable to ask people.
Yeah, because now I have to engage with you and I have to give you answer, and you have to give me an answer, and then I have to.
You might ask me when I was an asshole, and I don't want to tell you that you were an asshole yesterday when you said X, Y, and Z to so and so because.
Damn. You don't know what happened though, and now I don't know what your reaction is gonna actually be to me telling you that. So you actually, I know that I do this a lot when my wife asks me that. I don't know the exact date and time, okay? Because it's just easier.
She does.
Yeah, no, she's got it locked. Oh, you were talking about this, and this day. I'm gonna tell you why I did that. And I'm like, oh, I actually.
In 1902.
I'm like, what? I wasn't even paying attention. It really didn't upset me that much anyway.
But that's what happens is
Wow.
and then that becomes the fear of if I and this is the other thing that people are afraid of. If I let you know when you're being an ass
Mhm.
or an idiot or whatever it is, well, you might tell me when I was being one. And I was certainly don't want to know when I was being one. It's much easier just to tell you than to ask you if you want to get better.
Yeah, I just drop the bomb and walk away.
Correct.
I don't want to have to. Yeah, because now you're gonna have to, now. So do you think that that's what it is? Like it's almost like you've given me permission to do the same to you, to hold you accountable in that regard.
Yes.
But I don't want to do. That's not why I'm doing this.
Correct.
I'd like to talk. So can I open with that? I'm not saying I'm not giving you the right to call me an asshole next time. I'm just saying the way you behaving. Do you think that it's the best way for you to behave? No. Okay. Cool. Bye bye. I'm done. I don't want anything to do with this conversation. I just wanted to.
But people don't want to hear that all the things that they've did wrong,
Mm,
because that's exactly what happens. Is the moment I tell you when you've done things wrong, you're going to tell me all the things I've done wrong. So I don't want to have that confrontation because I know that I was an idiot last week. I don't need you to remember.
I don't need the reminder. I've practiced this well enough to know that I've been an ass. I was an asshole last week.
But, you know, and this is where people say that people have their come to Jesus moment, but pretty much it's they hit rock bottom or there's something they really want and it doesn't work out, and then somebody will tell them, well, I'm not surprised. And then they go, what do you mean? And then some complete random stranger will tell them they have this come to whatever moment, and then they suddenly go, oh flip, look at all the places I've done it. Why has nobody told me?
Because we didn't want.
Well, maybe people did and you weren't ready to listen.
True.
But because you were focused on a specific want and there was something you were trying to achieve, people will then tell you.
Mm.
And so it is so important to just be aware of, are you focused on what you want, or are you just saying things for the sake of saying them?
Yo, that kind of takes me back to my last processing session with you. And can I tell the story? I feel like it's important.
I don't know what the story is, John. I don't know. Oh.
You'll find out with everybody else. But I think that it's important because it's also things that shows the power of processing for me. I think because as much as we can talk about it, I just feel like people don't get it. Do you know that? That's just my take.
Correct.
Um, I came to a processing session last week, Monday, in the dirt, like in the dumps. I was feeling horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Had the session, left, still felt horrible. I woke up the next day and I was like, what the hell was that? And it was literally because I went back to the session and I was sort of pinpointing things that you were saying to me and like questions you were asking
I
me.
was going to say, not things I was saying
Sorry,
to you,
yes,
questions
yes.
you were being asked.
Yes, questions I was
Better,
being
yes.
asked. And I was like, was I being truthful when I was answering those questions? Yes, to an extent.
But
Yes, it was yes, but because I was like, if I answered those questions honestly, complete honestly, man, that session was gonna last another 2 hours, and I just
not
needed.
necessarily.
No, no, when I was in the dumps, I just wanted to get out. I was just
okay.
doing it because it forced me to do it. That's what it felt like. I'm not saying you forced me to do it. It felt like that in the moment. But the next day and the following days afterwards, the switch that I had, because it was one of those things of, well, are you gonna keep feeling sorry for yourself, or are you gonna do something about this? What is your plan? What do you literally were honest enough to say that you don't have a plan. Okay, cool. Are you gonna stay without a plan, or are you gonna come up with a plan? Because you need one ASAP. Like,
But you had that choice.
yeah.
You could have chosen not to formulate a plan.
Yeah.
And you could have stayed in the dumps.
Yes. Would have been better.
For who? Ooh,
For-
question. So
yeah.
when you got fired a week later, would it still have been better to not have had a plan?
Oh no.
And this is
Oh,
often
yeah.
problem is we focus on the now
Yeah.
and we focus on what we think is important versus what actually is important. Because what actually is important when you're down in the dumps is to get done what you need to get done so that you don't get fired at the end of the month, versus when you're focused on, I'm trying to protect my butt and cover
Yes.
my butt so that I don't get fired. You're focusing on the wrong things.
Yeah. And I think that's 100% spot on. And I think that's actually what I took from the whole session was I'd been focused on so many of the wrong things that nothing seemed right. Like there was nothing anybody could tell me to convince me otherwise because I was right, and that was all that mattered.
Yeah. And that's one of the biggest problems is that we go into these identities or these beings, in terms of we go into rightness
Yeah.
and it's about me
Yes.
and I'm right and you have no idea what it's like. But yet, if you went into gratitude and you practice gratitude, you would stop going into that I'm right.
Yeah.
Because gratitude works on your subconscious. Like we said in the beginning, it's not an instant click a button and I'll be gratitude and happy and wonderful and amazing. It
Life
doesn't
just
work like
opens
that.
up. The heavens open up for you.
No, you have to keep practicing it and practicing and practicing. Why? Until you get to the point where it becomes easier, then you may not have to practice it every day. But until that point, you need to keep practicing gratitude so that you can get yourself to a point where you're not focused on there is only one way to put the lid on this coffee cup.
Yeah.
I don't care if you made me coffee, the lid's skew.
Mm. That's
That's not optimum.
no, not for you or the person who made the coffee.
Correct. Versus practicing gratitude. Oh, thanks for making me coffee. Okay, I'll just do this quietly while you're not.
Yeah, you can keep it to yourself.
Correct.
Mm. And everybody wins. I feel like
Correct.
everybody
And
still
what's
wins.
going to happen? You're going to make me coffee next time or whatever it is, hot water or those kind of things. But if I keep complaining and telling you don't put the lid on straight, guess what's going to happen? You're going to put the lid on straight, on crooked purposely so that you can go make your own.
I just realized that's exactly what my siblings did to me all my life and how I ended up making tea for my mother all the time. They purposely did it wrong. I just had that realization. And that makes so much sense, right? Because and it's not that's that's a joke, but it did happen, but it is a joke. But by you doing something like that, so I make you coffee every day. I put it wrong. I'm not paying attention to it. I'm just focused on making you the cup of coffee. You are so stuck on sweet. Put it. You need to do the lid right. Eventually, by next week, I'm just gonna be like, I'm not gonna make this lady coffee anymore. She must make her own coffee.
Correct.
And now, I'm feeling some type of way. You are.
Like Sully's so useless. He won't do anything in our office. Like he won't even make me a cup of coffee. What the heck is wrong with him?
Yeah.
No, Sully's not the problem.
Yes.
I am.
Yeah. That's a whole nother episode that people are not ready for. I am the problem. Ooh.
And that's where that rightness that we were talking about
Yeah.
is so damaging because we're so focused on I'm right, you're wrong, instead of how do I get better to help you get better.
Mm.
So if I stop complaining about the lid,
Would I actually get it right?
you know what's going to happen? You're going to keep making me coffee. And after a period of time, you're going to go, oh, you know what, Nicole, and I'm say thank you. And so
Mm.
you're amazing. Thanks for making me coffee. You're going to go, oh, Nicole likes the lid a certain way. Let me see if I can get it right.
Yes.
Why? Because you're not being yelled at all the time. You're being encouraged and motivated and made to feel good. So you're going to want that even more.
I feel like that was a big switch with between you and I when it came to tablecloths actually. Because before you just used to blitz me for the tablecloths, and eventually I was like, I'm not doing these tablecloths anymore. I remember the day. I remember when I said it at UGE. I said, I am not touching the tablecloths. Nicole can do the tablecloths when she gets here. I want nothing to do with it. And then we had an event. Oh yes, we had an event the week after that, and I was doing the tablecloth, and you were like, so if you do it like this, do you think that this is, you asked me a couple of questions and and you explained it to me. And ever since then, the focus became not how do I make this right for Nicole? How do I make this right for the sake of the context?
How do I make it optimum for the people in the room?
Yeah.
Because
Never thought about that.
it was never about me.
Yeah.
But yet it was always about me because I was the one that was screaming and yelling at you all the
Yeah.
time. Versus when I changed and changed the attitude and went, okay, Sully, I'm grateful that you're putting the tablecloths down.
Mm-hmm.
However, do you understand why I always complain about them? So I changed my approach and went, okay, cool. Clearly, I'm doing something wrong,
Mm.
which I was screaming and yelling. It didn't work. So I had to, out of sheer like frustration,
Hard work.
desperation, change myself
Practice.
and it took a long time. It took lots, trust me, it took lots of practicing to go,
What you
do
guys
not tell
today,
them they are idiots.
what you guys see in front of you today. 10 years of work. 6
Lots,
months. I'm
lots
6 months
of
better.
lots of hard work on me
Yeah.
because I had to get better. Why? Because I had to look at what am I doing to chase people away or upset people, or why are they not doing what I need them to do? And it's not because they didn't know. It
No.
was because of the way I treated them.
Yeah.
And so over a period of time I had to get better at the way I treated people. And like I make myself sound like I treat people badly all the time. But
It's a bit of a little bit of a self bashing here. It's never
but
my intention.
but it's not that. It was when we're under heat and pressure.
Yeah.
So when we're setting up for rooms and we've got limited time and I need to get stuff done, I used to turn into this monster that was just like, do it now.
Yeah.
And because why? There was heat and pressure and we had very little time, as opposed to I had to find out a way to go, okay, Sully, right, I had to look at it. Today's the day that I'm going to teach. Tomorrow, I'm going to manage
What I taught yesterday.
what I taught yesterday.
Yeah.
So, and then so it will be teach, supervise, manage, because I'm going
Okay.
to teach you how to do it. I'm going to supervise you while you do it to make sure you're doing it right. And then I'm going to manage you to make sure that how it works.
Yeah.
And most people teach and manage and then they get pissed off.
That's
And that's what I was doing. Instead of making sure that I teach, supervise, so that I can actually see how you do it and see if you are doing it correctly. Because if I supervise you while you're doing it, I can teach you what you missed when I was teaching.
Got you. Okay. I like that.
Because most people, they show you once and expect you to do it, especially in corporate. Like, there's your desk, like, get on with it.
They don't teach you, they tell you what to do.
As opposed to when you teach and then you supervise, you watch, can somebody do this? How well are they doing it? What could they get better at?
What do they understand about
And most
things?
people, the other side is a lot of people don't like to be supervised either. Like, you showed me, I know what I'm doing. Piss off.
Yeah. But people are all different. And
So
you have to be able to understand that when you
correct.
teaching, managing, supervising people. That's actually, yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's just understanding there's different ways and shapes, but it's making it work. And if we go back to, I can't even remember what you opened with, but I just know if we start practicing things that we want to get better at, understand that it's not going to get instant.
I thought with people don't know what they're doing.
Oh, yeah.
So what you said is spot on.
People don't know what they're doing when they're doing it. So
Yeah.
understand when you start the journey of gratitude, yes, I'm going to be doom scrolling on day one. I'm going to type in gratitude, but I'm going to still be doom scrolling. We'll go back and on day two, type in gratitude.
Yeah.
And on day three, type in gratitude and see, can you reduce the amount of hours of doom scrolling and increase the amount of gratitude and do it gradually over a period of time. And suddenly you'll change your Facebook feed. Suddenly you'll change your mindset, but it won't be instant.
Yeah, I actually feel like that to me is worth more than, in all honesty, any mindset book you can read. What you just said there is be prepared for the fact that it's not going to happen now, but more than anything, practice it, right? So, like how you practice your hobbies, how you practice your golf swing, how you practice your soccer, how you practice all those things, do the same with
And
poetry.
that's the challenge with mindset, because if you're practicing a golf swing, you have something to measure it by.
Mm.
You have a
This is getting better. This is
this
getting
I'm
better.
having less shots on the golf course.
Mm.
So my score went from 85 to 79.
Hmm.
Okay, I got better.
Yes, I can
I
visibly see that.
I can visibly see the
Got you.
results. With mindset, there's nothing visible to see. And that is the challenge, is people think it's not working,
That's the sucky part. Yeah.
and they just haven't done it for long enough. It's like you go and practice your golf swing, you practice it and practice and practice. You can see where the ball's going, you can see the difference, you can see how it's getting
Mm.
better. With gratitude, you don't see it
Mm.
until it just clicks one day and suddenly you just feel it. Huh,
Something's different.
something's different today. I don't understand. I'm not in a good mood today. This is really cool. But it takes time. And just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not working.
I don't have any final thoughts, man. That was. I'm just grateful for that. Like, and I really am. I think that most people miss that. Like what you said is actually so important. Not being able to see mindset stuff, and because it's not instant. It's timing,
Yep.
practice more than anything. It's practice, right? You can't just sit there and be, I'm gonna be grateful. I'm gonna be grateful. I'm gonna be grateful, and then suddenly you're grateful. I don't think it
No.
works that way.
Nope.
It's
Nope.
There's no grateful mantra.
Cool.
Practice. See you
Practice,
guys next week.
practice, practice. All right. And don't forget to subscribe.
Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you, Nicole. Yeah, just subscribe. There's like 56% of you. It keeps going up and down. It's weird. Subscribe. You'll be grateful. Bye bye.
Bye.